Oakley dokley, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the third sort of technically cast of the night. Between Raging Roosters For You page and Flying Solo. Let me just give him my link here. There we go. We have Raging Roosters banning out Volskaya and BOE. Right? Yes. And Flying Solo banning Braxis and Dragonshire. What's the rules on that do they need to approve today? Sorry, we're just getting some. What days? Alright, sorry. Just going over some rule stuff. So yeah, first map is going to be Towers of Doom tonight. First matchup for these two teams, so should be a good one. Alright, I think we're all ready here to get rolling finally. Willow captain, beautiful. I think Flying Solo is a relatively new team. I don't remember that team name, but if I were to remember every team, that would be 90 of them, and I could barely remember all the heroes in the game, so. Let's see what we got going on here. That is my chat. I'm not sure why. It says I'm streaming, right? Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci gang. Towers of Doom. One of my favorite maps. A lot of different ways to play it. A lot of heroes you can play here that you wouldn't typically play on other maps. Kind of team fighty, kind of macro heavy. It's a good combination of both. Johanna gonna be the first ban. Cranky Rhino, the captain of the Raging Roosters. With one of my favorite logos, for sure. The giant raging chicken rooster. Willow for Team Flying Solo. Gonna be banning the Anduin. Probably a little bit of scouting going on there. This is a very different Raging Roosters team from what I remember seeing. Last season, Dr. Dre and Cranky, I believe, were on the main roster. Bad Monkey was a sub. Sodium and DC Cheeser, D Cheeser, are new additions to the team, I do believe. And that's an interesting ban. Run it down, Rainer. Run it down, mid Rainer. Gonna be banned. He can really very quickly destroy a lane if left uncontested. So not a terrible thing. And Stitch is banned out. That is definitely some scouting. They don't want the Anduin pulls or the Stitches hooks. So what does that leave on the board? Okay, Asmodan. Sure, that's a first pick. Some may prioritize a Brightwing or a Dahaka. Or, I don't know, there's a lot of options. But, we go with the Asmodan early. And now let's see how Flying Solo will respond. There's a Hogger.
Hogger, hunt them down.
And a Zul'jin. Alright, so there is a lot of damage early from the side of Flying Solo, indicating that we want to fight you and fight you a lot. Zul'jin's going to want to stack for sure. Dr. J coming out with the Leo, great double soaker. There is a Diablo as well, so we can have an Attuned APOC combo. And with the Anduin banned out, it really kind of negates any potential to run away. So how does Flying Solo respond? Well, Raging Roosters still need a healer, so you anticipate that to be the next ban. Either we're going to see like a Rhaegar or a Brightwing. Really the only two options that should be considered here. Probably the Rhaegar ban is what I would do. But yeah, Brightwing, not terrible either. And Raging Roosters does need a healer as well. However, Flying Solo gets next pick. So, do you ban the Rhaegar and leave all the B tier here? Yeah, okay, that's the plan. So now Lucio, Malfurion, you're getting down there. Although Tronda comes out early, that's going to be an interesting pick. I like that. It's a really good poke on the objectives. Pretty solid on this map, truthfully. Also, the armor reduction on the Diablo could be pretty rough. That leaves Cranky with possibly a Lily pick here. He's got the blinds for the Zul'jin, blinds for the Tyrande, and blinds in general. Going to be very effective against this Flying Solo team. So I expect to see a Lily coming out of Rhino, and then we also need to see a DPS. Bad Monkey, I'm not entirely sure what you go with here. Maybe a Sylvanas, maybe a Vala. Oh boy. Okay. We see Cranky Rhino on a Tassadar, and Bad Monkey's going to be healing tonight on a Kerosene. So a little bit unconventional. You see the double mage here on Towers of Doom. It's going to be hard if Zul'jin really wants the stack to kind of get in there. Obviously, you're going to have a Diablo to hit, but between the two mages are very strong anchors. It's going to be hard for Zul'jin to kind of run at them. There we have the Zagara. Boys, percent damage at 16. Going to be pretty rough for the Diablo. But at the end of the day, it's how good each team presses their buttons that's going to decide this matchup. As game one between Raging Roosters for UPage and Flying Solo begins in 2-1 now. No, 3, 2, 1 now. Alright, it's the double countdown. Anyway, hello again. My name is Eternally Blue, and thank you guys for joining us here. Ooh, Portrait Synergy almost online for the Raging Roosters. D-Cheeser just a little bit out of touch. And look it over here. Flying Solo absolutely crushing it. Getting that 10% bonus damage. You love to see it. As everybody loads in here from left to right, our home team tonight is the Raging Roosters for UPage. You have D-Cheeser playing Diablo, Cranky Rhino on the Tassadar, Dr. J on the Leo, Bad Monkey on the Kerosene, and, excuse me, Sodium on that Asmodan. My goodness, completely blank. And from right to left tonight, we have... Why am I pinging? There we go. We have Flying Solo Secret Swift on the Tyrande, J Trinja on the Zul'jin, yikes, Shyhard DK on the Zeg, Judo Chop on the ETC, and bringing up the rear, rather than top lane, Willow on the Hogger. It's a 4v5 here as Hogger starts top. The first owl of the match hits Cranky Rhino square in the face. Zul'jin leads the game, and we're heading for the first pause of the matchup. Zul'jin is still trying to go back. How do we pause? Alright. Flying Solo might be a new team. We just lost J-Trin. Alright, we're going to go back to the map select while we Just like that. He says, what's up? All right. Hopefully they can get J-Trin back in here. Yeah, the second the gates dropped, so did J-Trin. No worries. No worries. We will wait. I gotta make sure my chat isn't, or is working, rather. The app is being super weird right now. What the hell? Alright, close that. Open up the app again. Go here. Do that. Doing the thing. Doing it live. Alright, there's my chat. I raided somebody at the end of last stream, and I think my thing is being a little wonky. Meanwhile... Oh, okay, so... Thank you, Batman, because I wanted to do that, and my chat definitely is not working. How do I reload the UI for that? Well, whatever. I can just do it on my phone. Search Gambit Gaming Creed in the AI. Did you send the picture to me? I'm hoping. Because I was going to do that, too. I thought about that. And that's obviously where Raging Roosters got their thing. It's just pretty good, to be honest. That isn't terrible. I've seen worse. What's up, Caden? We're working BTS here. We'll figure it out. All right. Sounds good. Still just kind of vibing while we wait. I don't know. This is my fifth cast of the week, and to be quite honest with you, I'm running out of fillers. I live a very boring... You know what? I could talk about this. Okay, so... Was a delayed drop from Discord. J-Train DC'd. We have a dab redeemed by Geodude, which will be redeemed when the camera gets back on. We may have to remake the game, or I'm not sure what's happening here. J-Trend DC'd. He's going to reboot the modem and see. Thank you for the follow, Lagwagon. Appreciate you. I have notifications turned off during the match. He's back at Discord reconnecting. Okay, good. GG's earlier, Lagwagon. It was a fun match to watch. Wish I could. How do I do this? Can I pop this out or reload or dark mode, chat filters, chat appearances? China has a weather balloon in the sky. I thought they shot that down. Or is it another weather balloon? Dr. J and Cranky are being gross. But it looks like we're going to be getting J-Trend back in here very soon, and then we will continue forward. At least they're starting... Good lord. I believe the China balloon made Ohio have the 50-mile-an-hour winds. If you follow Girls Gang Squad, you'll like this roster. Okay. Good lord. I wish I could share with you all the wonderful chat things that are happening, but unfortunately, when the game is paused, I have to shut this away so that people can't pause the game, find out where their opponents are, and crush their enemies. So, I'm new to this. I wanted to get to a team and look forward to seeing people in this community and make friends. Well, NGS is always accepting new players, Albin. And if you're still looking for a team, there are still people still looking for members. So if you post on the free agency portion of the NGS Discord, I'm sure that you will get somebody to hit you up. His game is starting to rejoin now, so we're getting a little bit closer here. Remember the kid who got stuck in that one balloon? Kind of? Wasn't it like a really young kid though? Like basically a toddler, Geodude? Let's see. We're ready. All right, we're gonna jump back in here. 3, 2. My first team was the caster team. Yeah, Kaden. Yeah, you had Didn't you play with like Raka and Born to Shine and all them? We take a quick look at level 1. Cranky Rhino's gonna go, or rather the Tassadar, gonna go for the auto attack build. We see ETC looking for the globes. Thought it was a UFO at first. Let's see. Good engagement by the Diablo, but he is peeled away by the ETC. She's gonna back up. Asmodan going for them dunks. That is gonna hurt late game. Massive AoE damage, and Tyrande isn't exactly known for AoE healing, more known for single target. A throw over the shoulder by the Diablo, ETC able to skirt away. No harm, no foul. See here, Flying Solo gonna be starting this camp. Judo Chop coming on down. Gonna be anchoring in this bottom bush. Meanwhile, Raging Roosters don't seem too concerned about their camp. Okay, they're going to it now. Gonna get a little bit of chip value on this front wall. A little bit of XP sitting there. Secret Swift gonna find almost the entire team of the Roosters on that camp. Camp has been cleared. Camp will be pushed. Asthma Dunker getting in his stacks already at 50. They actually got the combo off this time. Great wall bang and a good follow-up by Cranky Rhino on the wall behind. Well done there. This is Zagara with the Medusa Blades at level 4 instead of the auto attacks there. Agony getting some good damage there. On to Daytrin. J-Trin, not Daytrin. It wasn't 36 Dimash though. Okay. Cheezer yet again flipping over the shoulder, gets the wall stun. Do we see the first kill of the game? Not quite. Damage just not quite there. The double mages have to scale. They're strong early, but definitely much stronger later on. Guess that could be said for any hero, but I'm feeling the void. 53 stacks there by Rhino. Has not picked level 4. There he goes. Last one in. Judo Chop already anchoring this top bit. There's a slide, but he may have baited himself. There's a flip over the wall. There's the stun. The wall by the Tassadar just a little out of place. Shy getting pretty low in the health and mana department there. As both the Hogger and the Leo trade top objectives respectively. The Leo is on his way down right now. Great stun there by Cheezer. Secret Swift getting very low, and there's the first kill of the match. Asmodan taking out the Tyrande. Leo, the next to get a kill on the cow. Moo Cow going down. Good rotation there by Leo. Hogger still soaking out of his mind, but now this push potential of the Raging Rooster team is going to be very strong. Going to be pushing this bottom objective in with this double mage comp. And Asmodan has incredible push power early. Being able to summon 2 minions, clear a wave just like that. This tower, I think, is essentially gone. The Zul'jin and the Zagara are going to try to stop him, but I don't know if they can. Cranky Rhino maybe overstaying his welcome just a bit. Great wall, though. The slide does not connect. Well done there by the Tassadar. Meanwhile, we visit our top lane. We see Leo and Hogger boring me to sleep. Back to the bottom lane. All right, they're doing camps. We can look at how effective is that. Whose soak is that? That's your soak. Oh, J Doctor. That's so much soak. He almost just left it. Both camps taken in the bottom lane. The Hogger has cleared this bottom lane already rotating. The Hogger is definitely out soaking Dr. J right now, doing a great job And meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the 4-man is favoring the side of the Raging Roosters. There is souls from the Diablo already. That Q talent at 1 getting a ton of value. Or, I'm sorry, it's the sacrifice soul where you get the souls for the wall bangs. So we're going to have 3 pumpkins pushing here in the bottom lane. You kind of just assume that the Hogger and the Leo are going to trade out here. Turning this down a little bit more. I feel like it got louder from the last cast. Leo, the team of Flying Solo is a little bit late. And although he's, oh my goodness, the spin is just in time. Are they going to be able to get it? Looks like Asmodan got that bottom one. There's the wall bang onto the Zagara. A lot of damage done to the Flying Solo team, but nobody's fallen yet. Uh-oh, Hogger's now in a bad spot. He spun in and cannot spin out. Cheeser trying to stay alive. Don't really have a ton of percent damage so far for the Diablo. Nobody has died yet, but boy, are people close. What is that ability called, by chance? It is called Lunar Flare. Lunar Flare connects to the face of the Tassadar, but everybody's able to tap. XP is almost completely identical, and we're going to see level 10s arrive at about the same point. 32 to 28 in favor of the Raging Roosters, and this bottom tower is a shell of its former self. Will be going down here very shortly. Does he get the wall bang? No, the Lunar Flare misses, so there's not much peel left here from the side of Flying Solo. Asmodan continuing to do irritating Asmodan things, clear out the waves. And there are level 10s, but nobody has picked one yet. There's the Entomb. There's the Tide of Sin connecting to 2 members of Flying Solo. That is just a lot of damage. That's going to be really rough for Tyrande to heal later on. There's a good stun. There's an APOC combo. But now here comes the Mosh onto the Cheeser. And the cleanse just isn't there because he's not 16s. But really nice peel by Cranky Rhino. That Tassadar ult, the black hole, able to peel off any engage that Flying Solo had there. Meanwhile, while that was happening, Hogger was able to get a kill on Dr. J here in the mid lane. Leo already back, and Hogger still continuing to frag these top and mid lanes.
The altars rise.
So it's 2-1 now in kills, favor of the Raging Roosters. Cranky Rhino almost completing that level 1 quest, almost at 200 stacks for Asmodan. His full PvP build, if you will. What else do we got here? So we see Starfall, Taz Dingo, Nidus Network. So no Maw, Shockwave, and Mosh Pit. And it looks like Flying Solo set up really well here. Judo Chop maybe out just a smidge too far, waiting for the slide. The slide is very good. Bad Monkey has to get out of there. Zul'jin is just tearing up the front line of the Roosters right now. Bad Monkey getting crazy low. There's the Palm, though. Wait, was that Palm? That was Palm, but it didn't go off. That was weird. Maybe the Palm was just too late, or missed it. Dr. J getting real slowed. Looks like he's going to be able to make it out. Cheeser trying to get that stun against the wall. Couldn't quite do it. And Jaytrina? Boy, am I bad at that. Somebody know how to actually say that name, so I'm not messing it up the entire game. Anyway, massive amount of damage. Almost stacked, 20 out of 30. There's an Entomb, but there's really not a whole lot of follow-up. You get the wall bang there. The unkillable has to be popped. And that's a win. If you are a Raging Roosters page, you're trying to take a 4v5, or rather a 3v5. Yeah, you get that ult out and run away. Where is the Nidus? The Nidus is here in the bottom lane, which I guess makes sense when you consider this should essentially go down very shortly. Full auto attack build from the Tassadar. You want to see the Archon with that typically, but if you need the engage and you need the Mosh interrupt in a pinch, Black Hole will do. Here comes the Hogger. It's now a 4v5. Leo is nowhere to be found, and this could be disaster here. Great shockwave, and down. Oh, really nice palm there onto Cranky Rhino. The Mosh just a little too far. The Black Hole connects to the center of the Flying Solo team. But at the end of the day, 2 go down from the side of the Raging Roosters. Uh-oh. Cheeser getting a little bit too ambitious there. Down go the souls. He'll be back very shortly. Asmodan starting to stack. 356 stacks. It's basically been an ARAM for them. And 10 minutes into the game, he's nearly all the way there. There's an Entomb onto the cow. Doesn't have Crowd Surfer. He is able just to walk out of there. Willow taking a decent amount of damage. And Luna Flare connects to 3 members of the Roosters. Kind of a panic APOC. Doesn't get a whole lot of value here. Dr. Dre trying to chase down that Zul, or rather, Zuljin. Yeah, Zuljin. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself tonight. This is a brawl and a half. This bottom tower is flying solo, so they really can't engage too hard into that. Bad Monkey getting very low. Asmodan Ball just missing. All these abilities just missing. Shy had to go back, use that Nidus to get some full health and mana. 116s come online here for the side of flying solo. The percent damage is going to be very good. Judo Chop able to slide and get out of there. Great shockwave follow-up onto that Karazim. And Tyrande is going to get another killing blow on her healer counterpart. This has just turned into an absolute brawl here. It's 28-23 now in favor of flying solo. A little bit of a back and forth here, as Raging Roosters had the early lead. We call him J-Trin internally on the team, and they like him. All right, J-Trin, done. Cranky Rhino taking a lot of damage, but staying alive, staying alive. 16s are nearly on it. Hogger just walks into their core. Oh my gosh, this is such an aggressive position here from flying solo. They don't necessarily have to be. They're not really pushing in anything, and they're just kind of very close to getting thrown into the core. Level 16s are online. Zagara minions there. That corrosive still alive. Man, what a big mosh. But an even better APOC combo there by Cranky Rhino. The black hole doing a terrible amount of damage. Hogger's the first to go down, but Zuljin is running wild. Dr. Dre falls. Bad Monkey falls. Cheezer has to back up, and there are objectives everywhere to be captured. I don't think now with that kill that that flying solo is going to get all 3. I think they probably just get the 2. Yeah. They just get the 2. Judo Chop. Oh, well done there by Sodium. Sodium might actually get a kill here if they get a wall off. That was really well done. No piercing owl from the Tyrande, and he was able to position himself just right to save Cranky from getting hit and capture one of those objectives. But it is looking rough right now for the Raging Roosters 4U page. It is 25-10 in favor of flying solo, who are in complete control of this game. They have level 16s. They're maybe about to kill a Leo. Yeah, press your E. Run away. Run away, little girl. Run away. Bottom tower going to be taken back. No problem there. The Asmodan is stacked. But Zuljin is becoming more and more increasingly of a problem. $69 souls on the Diablo. Nice. Well, let's see. We got 3 pumpkins here pushing in the bottom lane. Hogger's here as well. It's another 4-on-5 while they try to take this bottom tower back. Asmodan is doing a ton of chunk damage, and Leo is just soaking. But Bad Monkey just keeps getting CC'd. The slide from the ETC is great. The follow-up CC by the Hogger, the Shockwave, was just on point. Nice. Dr. J in the back, really harassing that Zuljin. But speaking of harassing, Willow is also back there, running down Cranky Rhino. Ooh, nicely done there by Cheezer. Isn't enough. Do we have a Q? Yes, we do. The Q is taken out. The Hogger, well done by Asmodan. But the next 2 objectives end the game, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So Raging Roosters has to take one of these, or take the tower back. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh, this is a disaster. Okay, Cranky finds them. The Lunar Flare is good, but there's a mosh, and all they need to do is basically kill the Tassadar in order to secure this victory. And that is what they're going to do. You anticipate to see them coming back. Although Asmodan's really doing a lot of damage, I'm not entirely sure why they kept the camp here. Why are they trying to do the camp? Asmodan's going back. This is the game, boys. Do the math. You need these. You need these objectives. There's no time for backing. Only forwarding. Is Leo going to be able to stop Secret Swift? He is. J-Trin is a little bit low in the back line. Tazdingo should still be online, but big connect from the Azmodan. Every one of these balls that hits really puts a damper. I mean, Shy is just in there. Yeah, Shy gets flipped over the shoulder, is spotted there. Oh, big damage again. Great APOC is catching Zagara, and Judo Chop is going down. But the Pumpkins! 3 shots gonna be going in for Flying Solo. Meanwhile, back over here, another, I think that was a Mosh. Yes. And the Leo goes down, the Diablo goes down, and even though he has souls, there is nowhere else for Bag Monkey and Sodium to run to. They're trying to do the best they can. Maybe they can kill Secret Swift. No, not quite. This has been capped. GG's have been called. Phew. GG. Okay. Game 1 goes to Flying Solo. I believe they had picked that map and they had executed it. Wow, when I have a white screen, I am very whited out. Holy smokes. So Flying Solo gets a point on the board. We'll take a look at the numbers. Leading the way in damage is that Azmodan. Did not die at all. 84,000 top hero damage of the game, and way down the line past the Tyrande, we have a Tassadar at 34k. So Raging Roosters need to pump out a little bit more damage to try to stay in this. The healing Bad Monkey actually did out-heal Secret Swift on the Tyrande, so you have a Kharazim out-healing a Tyrande. But at the end of the day, that's just too much damage to overcome. 70 from the Zul'jin, Zagara, with that percent damage there at 16. Really chews up a Diablo. But really great follow-up and engage from both the ETC and the Hogger. The Hogger kind of lived in the bottom lane towards the end of that game with that Shockwave. It's a really nice slide, Shockwave, kind of blow 'em up combo that Flying Solo had going for them. And, oh yeah, the dab. I forgot the dab. I wasn't even looking at chat. Normally I have it on my screen here on the right. I'm not sure why that's not working. So I apologize. I'm looking at it at my phone, which is down below, and I can't see very well. Anyway, Geodude, dab. And we are going to, where else? Infernal Shrines. I am assuming this was picked by the Raging Roosters. Excuse me. But we will go back to here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Raging Roosters for you, page. Let me see. Alright. Oh my goodness. The lobby link has been posted. Blue, you dab again. I'm kicking you from the team. You can't kick me. I'm the captain, biatch. Sucks to suck. Roosters pick Shrines, yeah. Of course they did. Oopsie daisies. Infernal Shrines picked by the blue team. There we go. I'm kicking him from the org. Oh no. You're going to rip apart 2 teams. PRA is not going to have a coach. GGC is not going to have a captain. I'm going to dab twice as hard next game. I'm going to dab so hard that our organization's only going to be known for dabbing. Oh, shoot. Infernal Shrines. Raging Roosters, they're back up against the wall, and Flying Solo looking strong. Let's see what happens here in Game 2 of this best of 3 Division East matchup. East-West, I believe. Asmodan. I'll coach and captain. Okay. You can have my team. I don't want him anymore. Good luck dealing with Batman. He's the worst. Hogger band. So both respect bands coming out very early here. Next, I anticipate we're going to see the Johanna band and probably like a Stukov or Brightwing. Gambit Gaming Dabs. Oh, we should change our name. Oh, we see a Stitches band. Flying Solo. Very scared of the Raging Roosters Stitches. Dab for the GG. Just saw that. Shoot. I'm undefeated as a healer in NGS, yes. And the Zul'jin band. So yeah, two good target bands. Does leave the Johanna on the table. I anticipate Johanna taken immediately. But that leaves a lot of good options on the board. So we still have a Blaze on the board. Brightwing, Rhaegar still available as well. You could Tychus Diablo here. A lot of really good strong 1-2s for the Raging Roosters to pick. If you can overcome the fact that they have a Johanna. This could also be like a taunt Varian. Varian does really well into Joe.
I stand ready.
Yeah, we do see Bad Monkey on the Blaze. Gonna be offlaning there. And Cheezer on the Vala. I used to be under... I think I healed in NGS. Oh, no. You know what it was? I was undefeated as a healer in NGS when I played Dahaka. Or not Dahaka. That's obviously not a healer. When I played Deckard, because we used to run a really cheeky comp on Infernal Shrines. Holy CC Batman. Alright, so Flying Solo coming in with the Anduin and the Sonya. The Leap, the Light Bomb, the Shield. If anybody from the Roosters plays a Lucio, this would be the time. You want to high five all over the place. Yeah, Geodude, he's undefeated, but he's only played 2 games, so let's just calm down on giving him any compliments. His ego already goes... You can't get through any doors with the big of a head he has, so... We don't need him... Blaze actually main tank? I mean, you could, but Joe is just unstoppable at every time. The Dibbles is banned.
I will fight to my last breath.
We see Cranky back on his main role there as healer. Dr. Dre, I'm assuming, is gonna be... I guess he would be tanking, but what's your options here? A Nubarak? What are you doing to Joe? That noob is like fine, but... See Dr. J picking up the Jaina. So, no shortage of CC from the Roosters as well.
Hildeus will rise.
That's a lot of damage. J-Trin picking up Greymane. Shy Hardy DK. I'm assuming we're going to just see Zagara again? No, Tassadar. More CC. More CC. Greymane, the only one without CC. From the side of Flying Solo. This last pick, maybe this main tank Blaze. Maybe we do see a Deathwing. I mean, sure. Until, I mean, the Greymane's bullet's gonna go into the face of the Deathwing every time, right? But it does negate a crap ton of CC and also provides a lot of anti-dive. So we are gonna see a main tank Blaze with Deathwing in the off lane. We're gonna see how this match up. Anyway, game 2, Flying Solo head 1-0 over the Raging Roosters. Here this Division East-West matchup begins right now. All right, and dabs, free dabs for everybody. Hey, Crizzo, dab. Hey, Batman, dab. Anyway, from left to right, we have the Raging Roosters For You page. We have Cranky Rhino on the Rhaegar, Cheezer on the Vala, Bad Monkey and his golden rooster. Just beautiful. On the Blaze, Sodium unable to ride a Rooster on the Deathwing, and Dr. J bringing up the rear on the Jaina. Meanwhile, right to left, Flying Solo ahead 1-0 in this matchup. We have Willow and this is Sonya on the top lane, J-Trin playing the gray main, Judo Chop on the Johanna, Secret Swift this time on, well, not this time, but wait. Yeah, this time on Anduin, and Shy Hardy DK on the Tassadar. Let the battle begin. Death to the orc. Dead orc. Suck it, nerds. Every time there's a kill, I'm dabbing. There's gonna be 20 dabs. Here's our first engage of the match. Judo Chop is very much in their backline, taking a ton of damage. Great unstoppable, though. Essentially baiting out the Blaze stun and able to do so effectively. Each team has already cleared their lane. Sonya had started top, so she's going to have a little bit of a head start. But we rotate down to this bottom lane here. Good stun onto the, onto the Tassadar. I forgot what I was trying to say. And a wonderful pull by the Anduin to get him out of danger there. So they've already cleared the lane. Actually, interesting to see Flying Solo already rotating out without having cleared this lane. But a high priority on camp, but with everybody showing mid, you see the Raging Roosters taking this bottom camp, or rather trying to. They do have very good burn between the Rhaegar, the Blaze, Dr. J. Q comes in, they turn on him, nope, Unstoppable is popped. So, good macro there, good map awareness out on the side of the Roosters. But, already the Roosters are dropping a lot of soak in this mid lane. Look at how much XP just kind of sitting here. Meanwhile, they got the camp, but they're already losing in the soaking department. Sodium doing just fine into the Sonya. Well, this could be a big stun if Blaze goes for it. Does he have a stun up? No, he does not. He must have just used it before I cut to that. Deathwing is coming here, getting the stun out. Not really connecting to anything. But thus far, both teams doing well, staying ahead in soak. 2:15, you're going to want to see a couple of members split off and do this top bruiser camp as the objective pops at 2:30. No soak left behind for either team. You see the Jaina already rotating here now, just as the Shrine pops. Dr. J gonna be clearing this out. Gonna need some support though. That's a lot of damage to be taken. Half the health already gone. Let me show you talents here, as I've forgotten to. We see a W build on the Vala. It's quite interesting. We do see essentially what is a non-tank build with the Adrenaline Stim Pack, but that could be just a personal choice there at one. Tassadar going full W. Eternal Retaliation out of Joe. Typically an offlaner build. But let's see how this fight goes out. That's definitely doing a massive amount of damage. Oh my goodness. The fire is hot, hot, hot. Anduin again with a great pull, but a beautiful stun by Bad Monkey in the backline. And if Deathwing can do any amount of damage, and they're all going to die. Jaina with E. Taking down the Sonya and the Joe. The first 2 kills of the match in favor of the Raging Roosters for you, Paige. Deathwing's going to peel off through this top camp and going to be pushing in this top lane. Meanwhile, Tassadar doing what essentially they only can do and pushing, split pushing this bottom lane. Good decisions here by Flying Solo. Yep, they could just kind of keep pushing this forever. Oh, they're scared. They don't know how many people are still here, but it's the whole team. Deathwing now does fly bottom. Sodium going to be kind of split pushing here. This is a Mortar Punisher. Not necessarily scary early on. Tassadar doesn't really want to be taking this. And Shy ends up taking the John Cena directly in the face. Punisher not going to get a whole lot of value here. It is a 4v5. Dr. J caught out just a little bit, but great peels there by Bad Monkey. Able to negate any of that incoming damage. We take a look at the stacks. Vala with 3 more stacks increases the stack potential by 25%. full totem build from the Rhaegar. Here we see maybe no DPS, therefore no gank. Jaina and Dr. Dre. Ooh, they gotta hurry. They gotta hurry. Are they gonna be able to get it in time? Yes. Run, team. Judo Chop and Flying Solo Crew just a little bit late rotating down, or they would have had two very, very easy kills. Holy smokes. Dr. J still trying to poke him a little bit. This camp gonna be pushing mid. And it looks like the Roosters just a little bit out of sync. It looks like Bad Monkey wants to pretty much fight at all times. And the rest of the team's gonna go, you know what, we kind of just want a macro if that's cool with you. And they're gonna have to do just that. There's a camp pushing mid. Bad Monkey has to stay here to kind of protect his team. Although with Shy being in the mid lane as well, there's really not a lot of threat here on this camp. It's gonna be taken easily by the Roosters, and here comes Sonya potentially in the mid lane. And Sonya, she just wants to clear the lane out, but instead is gonna be going top. And level 10s are going to be fast approaching here for both teams. You see, the Vala only at 12 stacks. I'd like to see at least 25 at this point, but there really hasn't been a lot of fighting. Both teams really doing a great job, just kind of soaking the lanes and playing quite safe. We have the 2 deaths on the first objective, but anyway, level 10s are online. We see a Combustion Blaze. Bellowing Roar, so the Fear, Water Elemental, Rain of Vengeance, and of course Ancestral Healing from the Rhaegar. And we have every CC in the world out of the side. Excuse me, up Flying Solo, we see the Leap, the Black Hole, the Blessed Shield, the Cursed Bullet. I anticipate we're going to see Light Bomb, but she hasn't picked it yet, and this is a very dead Raging. This is like a super, super dead Raging. Oh my gosh. No way do they turn this, right? There's a leap into the back. Diablo's down there now. I think the bullet actually landed on Bad Monkey. How is the Roosters alive? Willow right now is at 60 health. The Joe is the first to go down. I mean, against all odds. That was incredible. I wish I could instant replay that for you all. But all the damage going out. And the Ancestral able to save seemingly everybody somehow. I mean, I swear everybody had no health left. But the shield had come out, the Tassadar wall was there with the Black Hole. But at the end of the day, one from the Roosters died. It's 3-0. A little bit of a soak lead for the Roosters, which is going to increase here during this next objective. Frozen Punisher already 21-0. You see the Deathwing still lurking around. It looks like Flying Solo wants to fight this. Let's make a quick look through here. All the alts are up again, but Diablo's early. I mean, Sodium is essentially completely uncontested, but it doesn't matter. They run right past them. Jaina's the first to fall, followed by the Rhaegar. The Frozen Punisher goes in favor of the Raging Roosters. So, consolation prize there a little bit for Flying Solo, but it's exactly what they needed to be able to clear this up without losing a fort. So, well done by them. Deathwing is going to peel off, clear this top lane. Blaze is going to sit here and be kind of irritating. Just poke him down a little bit. But at the end of the day, this fort will remain very healthy going into the mid-game. So it's 4-2 in favor of the Roosters in kills. How are we doing on stacks? 18 out of, is it a 20? 18 out of 20. Once you complete that, get additional 40 damage. So that's not nothing. Flying Solo able to take out this bottom camp for the first time this game. Bad Monkey down 13s, but I mean, you know he's looking, right? Yeah, whew. Definitely could just kind of be here very soon. Great pull there by Secret Swift, able to get Judo Chop out of there. Surely would have been enough. Well done there by the Roosters, even down the talent tier. Just knowing that the Deathwing could come in, fear it if he needs to. Good aggressive play there by Bad Monkey and the crew. And a great pull by the Anduin to keep Joe alive. During all this, when did this fort go down? Did that just go down? I gotta stop doing 10 o'clock games. I'm not paying attention to all the action. My apologies. First fort went down there in the mid lane. This is gonna get a decent amount of chunk damage down, and this is a very important objective here going into the next phase, because next objective here, an Arcane Shrine, is in this top lane. Vala does just now complete her quest almost 10 minutes into the game. Level 13s are up. Icy Veins from the Jaina. We do see Enchanted Boots, a Wizened Duelist, Greyman. Absolutely no fear. But also, thus far, no stacks. You expect to see, so 4 members now of Flying Solo showed mid, and that leaves this bottom fort essentially super dead, right? Right, that's what they're going to go for. Jaina puts all the damage down there. Great heal by the Vala. Holy cow. Without that, they might have gotten engaged on super hard. Sonya is coming down as well. Dr. Dre maybe a little bit out of position here. Here comes Willow. She's got a leap. She's looking angry. But this fort does stay alive. Just less than 1,500 health. And meanwhile, Flying Solo is just kind of reacting to what the Roosters are doing. They have complete map control right now. Lane prio across the board. And they're doing just a really good job of poking or clearing lane effectively and rotating out.
You will take it for
Macro much better on this map than it was in the previous. Oh, there goes an armor plate. Oh, that's irritating. If you're a Deathwing, that sucks. Lost an armor plate by essentially 20 HP. They're just doing a great job here, but they're under towers, and there is a leap. Where's the follow-up? There is the combustion, but it's a little low. Light Bomb connects, but only really on the blaze. The bullet hits the back line. Bad Monkey is still barely alive as the Ancestral came out and is gone already. Again, all that CC. Everybody press R. And the Roosters are the ones somehow still... I mean, they're both teams are still alive, which is quite remarkable. Now, this is an Arcane Punisher. If you're the Roosters, you just take the forts. You just trade the forts. Like, you could take this, you could go to their camp, you could come down here, do this, and probably take that for what will be the cost of a fort. But they're looking to fight here. Down comes the Deathwing. They're unstoppable by the Joe to negate the Blaze Stun. The objective is only 5 away from completion there. A ton of damage onto Willow. Willow seems to be the target here. Deathwing completely uncontested in the bottom lane. Has to leap out to Sonya. And this should be a relatively free clear for the side of the Raging Roosters. Good pull there by the Anduin on the way out. Dr. J taking John Cena on the face, on the chin, if you will. That's a very, and the fort goes down to the bottom lane. So, Wave Prio down here in the bottom lane, able to take that fort. And this has turned into a much better game for the Roosters this time around. Shine Willow doing a good amount of damage here to this mid lane. Just trying to soften up some of these walls. This is going to have to be cleared out. Oh, never mind. Deathwing is there, apparently. Flying Solo a little bit ahead, rotating out towards the camps. They're going to be able to probably get this and then rotate down for the bottom camp. Although it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, Deathwing just landed, so if you are all 5, like Flying Solo is, you can be looking for an engage here. Okay, Deathwing is going to spot the Sonya. And this should be... Oh, they're waiting. They're very patiently waiting. Oh, Dr. Grey just showed now. Cranky Rhino is right there in the front. Great stun by the Blaze. The Sonya gets obliterated before the leap can go off. Down goes the Johanna, but a great peel by Shy. Raging Roosters did a really good job kind of baiting that camp, and a great engage again by Bad Monkey onto the Sonya, who got absolutely obliterated before the fight even began. And now you see them pushing the bottom lane with this camp. Deathwing is going to clear this mid lane, going to be able to clear top. Actually, Tap has already cleared itself, but he's going to collect the soak, and we're going to see a lot of damage being done to the wall and towers of this bottom lane. A little bit surprising you don't see them push mid, but maybe they're going to do that now, as that is where the next objective is going to spawn. And Flying Solo, seemingly for the first time this series a little bit on the back foot. They weren't losing that bad early on. Sure, they lost a couple of objectives, but now with all the forts gone, essentially down a full level, they're not going to hit 20s before the Roosters without taking a really good fight. All the forts are gone, so they have no taps during either of the objectives. They're going to have to do something special here. They're going to have to layer their CC just right in order to get some of these kills. And Cranky's going to have to somehow mess up an Ancestral. So we'll see how the next fight goes. Kill that wall for me, please. 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 No, the wall. Bad monkey. The wall. Oh, my ADD. Oh, no. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Deathwing doing a great job, just kind of split pushing. It seems like Flying Solo's really struggling with the Deathwing. They have a Greymane bullet, but they really can't get on top of that with the Blaze main tank. The Combustion has really gotten a lot of value. Only 30 stacks though from, oh boy, and then we see Punishment instead of the Mana Core. Oh, Blaze is gonna find them. Hello. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. What a combo. I mean, the Deathwing MVP, right? At this point, GG's, go next. Deathwing has arrived. This is the perfect metaphor for what just happened. Two Pembers literally just sitting there, like, I don't know what to do. What do we do? I don't know. I told you to check that bush. Well, did you check it? Yeah, I checked the bush. I was sitting in the bush, and then there's a Deathwing there. I don't know what to do. Like, what? No, you tell me. No, you tell me what you would have done better. You would want me to check the bush? No. I just wanted you to like, throw an ability at it, not face check it. Like, well, I'm leaving. I'm going home. I'm packing up my shit, and I'm leaving. I don't want to be here anymore. Meanwhile, the objective goes in favor of the Raging Roosters. They're going to be pushing this mid lane with a Frozen Punisher at level 20s. This is a very scary situation here for the side of Flying Solo. Let's see if they can defend this. In theory, they can defend this. They can pull the objective here. This fort's gone, right? Like, it's super dead. There's a shield, it looks like. There's a light bomb combo. Okay. This is what we were talking about. Although, that's a lot of damage to the Jaina in the backline, taking out the Joe. The Vala falls as well. Secret Swift out just a little bit too far. Is going to go down next. The jump onto the backline. Really good engage there by the Johanna. The CC chain was there, but the Jaina into that kind of heavy front line, able to pop off, get a couple of kills, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going to a game 3 as Raging Roosters has taken game 2. No GG's there yet, but it's implied. Oh, Dr. Jake getting a little low. Yeah. Deathwing, absolutely amazing last pick there. And we're going to a game 3. So well done there by the Roosters. Flying Solo is going to have some things to think about. Maybe banning a Deathwing. I mean, come on. That's just insane. I know, like, sometimes it's like, well, you know, the white numbers don't really tell the full story. No, this told the entire story. This is the front cover, the middle, and the end. Just really well done. Game 3. We finally broke the 2-game curse. This is the first best of 3 that I have casted. This is like my 5th or 6th cast. I have not casted a best of 3, so super excited about that. Thank you, Roosters. I need just a moment to go get some water, and then I will be back. All right, let me get Raging Roosters For you, Paige, a point on the board. I've been invited to a lobby. And we are going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Another Tomb of the Spider Queen. Quickly becoming one of my favorite maps to cast. This was picked by Team 1, because Team 2 has draft, which is going to be the Roosters. Another pretty okay Deathwing map. So I anticipate we're going to see a Deathwing ban here this time around. I don't think there's any way in all heck that we see that go through. The team that has picked the map has won the map. If that remains the same, we will have Raging Roosters winning this one. Or can Flying Solo turn it around and win game 3 here on Spiders? We shall see. Everybody is ready. No messing around. No foreplay. We're going right into it. Let's draft some Heroes of the Storm.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
All right. We're going to start with some bans. Flying Solo. Are they going to ban the Azmodan? Are they going to ban the Deathwing? So they immediately banned the Deathwing. I was going to say, you don't have to ban the Deathwing early, right? Because if you know it's coming, you can prepare for it a lot better. You can take a Leo. You can take the percent damage Greymane and Tychus and kind of build your draft around that to counter the Deathwing. But sometimes, if you just don't want to play against it, you just ban it. And that's the situation we're in. So, no more Deathwing. Probably another Azmodan ban if you're Flying Solo. Because they pretty much insta-locked that the last game. Or rather, the first match. Instead, it's the Jaina. So, there are 2 respect bans coming out of Flying Solo here. What do we see? The Hogger. Yep. Was a very, very good Hogger that first game on Towers. So, you take Healer here first? Or is there DPS like a Sylvanas or something like that you prioritize?
So it begins.
Shy actually does pick up the Azmodan this time around, so okay, they weren't going to ban it, and they thought maybe they'd get it. I'm sure Roosters are like, oh, I guess we pick Azmodan. But Shy doing Shy things and playing the Azmodan.
I will fight to my last breath.
Rhaegar again, fighting to his last breath. Can't figure out what skin to use. I like the blue one, personally. Go back to the blue. Cranky, pick the blue one. Yeah, appreciate that. Dr. J picking the run it down Rainer. I feel like Rainer is kind of having a resurgence in the game. There's obviously a meta, right? Joe, Brightwing, Rhaegar, Hogger, Blaze, right? Those are like the first picks. But I feel like Rainer is more and more finding that role as kind of not necessarily the hyper carry, but truly the utility that you're looking for. Because he's got CC at level 1. It's a very good disruption. Does pump out a decent amount of damage, can do camps very effectively. He's just all around a solid pick, but he's not always the best pick. You know, if you really want just pure damage, you're going Vala. If you really want macro, you're doing, you know, something else. Raynor doesn't add a lot to necessarily a team fight, but into an ETC, I think a Raynor can be really effective. Especially in the Amazon can kind of stop that split pushing too that the minions provide, because you can empower the wave, mow down the minions, and then come after the Asmodan, who really doesn't have a lot other than a dunk to deal with you. Plus, he's got self-healing. Kind of an interesting... Oh boy, here we go. We have a late game Nazebo, and I'm assuming a stacking Artanis.
Make way for the bad guy.
Zul'jin is back on the board. We saw the Diablo band and the Orphea band in the second round there. They need an offlaner. It's going to be Sonya again. There's really no reason for it not to be.
This galaxy
Leo.
shall
Okay.
suffer.
Artanis actually does...
Frostborn hungers.
Huh. So, I think this is a front-to-back comp if you're the Roosters. This is going to be really... I don't know how this plays. I don't even know what these team fights look like. Because, like, Artanis Arthas is just typically not seen on the same team. Then you have a Nazebo, who essentially they're all wearing the same helmet, by the way. Who's very late game and can provide a lot of either single target or AoE damage, depending on which spec you go. I think the team fight overall does favor flying solo, but this is gonna be a very interesting match to watch. I think this is gonna be very much a lot of back and forth. Meanwhile, our home team tonight is the Raging Roosters For You page, left to right. Dr. Dre on his Golden Rooster, playing that Raynor. Sodium on a Nazebo. Bad Monkey on an Artanis. Cranky Rhino spraying on the Rhaegar and the Cheeser on the Arthas. And from right to left, we have Willow on the Leo. We have Secret Swift on the Dragon, sorry, on Brightwing. Judo Chop, again back on that ETC. It was super strong that first game. Jay Trina also on the Zul'jin, that was incredibly strong. And Shy, this time playing the Asmodan. Let's see how this all pans out. Let's take a quick look at the talents. So yeah, just run it down Raynor. Got the Exterminator. Single target damage from the Nazebo. Stacking Artanis. Headhunter we do see from the Zul'jin. So gonna stack a little bit slower, but late game with that additional range, you can be hitting good swap there, but the ETC able to skirt away. Not quite. Great cleanse by the Brightwing. Secret Swift absolutely saving the tank. Well done there by the Brightwing early doors. Meanwhile, Raynor, this is what I'm talking about. Raynor really clears lanes incredibly well. Like, they're going to be able to out-clear these guys. No problem at all. So you cue the wave, bam. W, you can power the wave, and now, yeah, and you move on. They're still up here clearing. They only got 3 of the minions down. Wait, what's happening here? What am I watching? I mean, that was really smart by Willow to stall that. Make sure that Nazebo is not getting a lot of stacks. But this is a 4-man Artanis. Only has 4 stacks so far. Looks like they're going to be going to this bottom camp. Yep. Nazebo needs to go top from here. Oh my gosh. Well done by flying solo, being in all the lanes, getting the turn-ins. All the early game pressure that the Roosters had, they just threw it away by all being bottom, dropping 2 lanes of soak, and almost being a full level behind. The boop, well done there by Judo Chop, making sure you don't get swapped. Bad Monkey has to run back, get some soak that they had missed. Top lane lost almost a full wave, but they're gonna lose a full wave. Asmodan should be dead here, but a shift coming in just in time. There's a swap coming. Great cleanse there by Secret Swift again. Well done by the Brightwing. I'm not a super huge fan of Zul'jin on this map. And the Asmodan, that's what I said, isn't it, Krilla? I'm not a big fan of Zul'jin on this map because you're typically not team fighting unless the objective is up, right? So as you can see, Asmodan, oh my god, Zul'jin only has the 1 stack thus far. Asmodan is at 50. Leo almost getting picked off here. Really quick rotations, 4 or 5-man rotations here from the side of the Raging Roosters. Dr. Dre trying to finish off that tower. He says, please somebody get that for me. And the Artanis is there to oblige. Can you see the... Yes, you can. Okay, so they're pretty even in spider butts here. Each team is just pack hunting. Like it's so weird. They're all pack hunting. Zul'jin and Secret Swift gonna be going to their camp. The Arthas, nope, not going to camp. Only 18 stacks so far for the Nazebo and Spiders, but 25, a little bit behind in that regard. What quest is this? Eternal Hunger. Use Foster Hungers on an enemy hero. Restores mana by 4, maximum 40, and increases its damage. Is that a infinite stacking quest? I feel like yes. Bad Monkey gonna take an Asmodan ball to the face. Rainer up here, doing Rainer things. Clearing, collecting gems. Probably dying. Oh, if he had get slid there, probably would have gone down, but Dr. J able to skirt away. Not much happening here in the bottom lane. Sodium doing what he can to get as many stacks as possible. There's the turn. He needs 12. Is he going to be able to get that turn in? No. So Raging Roosters are trying to turn in right now. They have the ability to do so, but so does Flying Solo, who has successfully cleared out this camp. Sodium now trying to turn it again. He is going to be able to get it this time. So Leo has to get out of there. Cranky Rhino being a bully with that totem. This is like DPS. This is like run it down DPS Arthas, ain't it? I think it is. I don't see a lot of Arthas played, and I typically only see this build in like ARAM. So Willow is just kind of getting mowed down by a Rainer here. Lands the spooky hand though. Oh, it just gets out of range. Yeah, Rainer's going to be able to push this in pretty successfully. There's really not much a Leo can do to stop it. Good micro here out of Dr. J. Yeah, Willow is just going to have to sit here at wall and watch his towers fall. Meanwhile, in the top lane, the wave clear isn't necessarily spectacular. Judotrop coming in, getting a slide. He's very slowed right now. In comes the shift, but it gets swapped into the back line. There's just not a lot of damage here, though, from the side of the Roosters. Most of your damage here was sitting here pushing this. Got 2 towers and the wall. Gonna get probably both towers on the wall here as well. Maybe? Yeah, just the wall. Judotrop sliding over the top of the Arthas here. Only 3 stacks so far from the Zul'jin. Has not even completed once. In fact, we haven't even had a kill in the game. Only 57 stacks from the Nazebo. I feel like once the 100 stacks comes around, we're going to see that change. Do we see a swap? No, it's 3 on 4 here. And Cheezer is very committed to this fight for whatever reason. Nobody has mana up there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Rainer is really epitomizing the run-it-downness. Jason Hots, thanks for rating the channel. With 14 viewers, welcome everybody. The Mosh doesn't really get a lot of value. We just saw the Entomb as well. That is 3 ults down already from the side of Flying Solo. They're going to get the red web weavers. Asmodan able to turn that in. However, ult's now online for both teams. We do see. Oh, is Willow going to go down here? There is the blind. It's not going to be enough. The shift is just in the nick of time. Is there any damage there? 10 HP. Secret Swift lives. with just a shred of health. She wants to go in and help the team, but just can't. The Leo's going to go down. All the gems collected by the mini dragon Asmodan, pushing in this top lane, going for that, excuse me, what is that called? The demonic invasion. And is gonna get the fort? Not quite. Wisely going back. Cranky almost getting slid there, but able to get out. Meanwhile, sorry, I was reading chat. This lane gonna get pushed super hard. All 5 members, as they have nearly been all game, gonna be pushing this here. Flying Solo, very aggressive in this middle lane. Now they decided to back up a little bit. It's a 4-on-5. They don't exactly have the Rainer here, but they do have more ults than, well, I guess the same number of ults. Ancestral is down as well. Willow yet again getting very low. Really nice Entomb, but the ETC is gonna fall in exactly where that Entomb was. Haven't gone over the alts, but we did see the Ancestral come out. Obviously, we just saw the Synagusa, Hyperion, Suppression Pulse, and Gargantuan. Not sure no, we have not seen the Gargantuan yet. We saw the Demonic Invasion, the Entomb, Emerald Wind instead of Blink, and Mosh Pit and Tez Dingo. Thank you for the follow, Jason. Hope you had a wonderful cast. So now what? Where do we stand? Both teams have a turn in again. They need one more gem from anybody to turn in. Jay Cheezer is just running down Willow here. Rainer doing this bottom camp. Is he going to get spotted, though? Cheezer definitely showed that he's coming down here. Gonna have to do it in a hurry. He's gonna slide in, and it's just a little bit too late. So now we have a 3-on-4. Zul'jin is blinded. Artanis, honestly, big brain play there into that Zul'jin. Not able to get a ton of damage out. Leo getting real low. And this 3-on-4 is actually going really well for the side of the Raging Roosters. Bad Monkey and Cheezer, with what little resources they have left. Great peel there from the Brightwing, who has 36 gems still. Still trying to turn that in. But Blue Web Weavers are ascending. Thank you for the follow, Dez to the duh. Oh, it's Dez duh. Howdy, neighbor. Here comes the Demonic Invasion just to clear out this bottom objective here. Rainer. Good Rainers are fun to watch, man. Like, they always just look like he is the Marine, right? And he's just sitting there with his gun up, just hammering away. There is a mosh, but it gets interrupted there. Good cleanse as well. Ancestral comes out onto Cheezer, and now it looks like they're going to be able to turn this around. Jay Trina gets swapped, but no harm, no foul there. Tez-Dingo is still online, so you see him being just a little bit aggressive. But if you're the side of Flying Solo, you have to deal with this. This is just too much damage on your towers too early in this game. And once Flying Solo rotates out, you're going to see the Raging Roosters go out and take this bottom fort. And honestly, the Raging Roosters look like a completely different team from what they were that first game. They look like they're all over the place, very reactive, and now they are pressing their advantage. They understand what they're doing. They all seem to be on the same page. Their macro is strong. And I don't think Flying Solo is playing bad in any particular way. They have 84 gems, so they essentially have a double turn incoming. But they just don't seem to be layering their CC as well as they did that first matchup. The Judo Chop has got to get out of there. Is the swap good? Ooh, just in the nick of time. Run it down, Rainer. Run it down this camp. Does he have a tap? Tappity tap. Don't talk back. Oh, thank you, Sodium. There goes my hero. I hate the walls. All my homies hate that wall. But it is a 4-on-5. It looks like the Raging Roosters want to take a fight here. The Entomb comes out, but there's really nothing to pair with the Entomb. The ETC is getting really low. That's a really good shift in, but it's going to be a little too late. Seeker Swift has got to get out of there. Got to get out of there. Oh, no, that's 40 gems. That's 40 gems. Judetrap's trying to go back. Oh, no, but he's going to pay for it with his life, too. Or not? They just, oh, my God. If Judetrap gets out of there, he just walked out of there. They just let 45 gems, 53 gems walk out of a corridor. I mean, they got the 20. Okay. I get it. Counterpoint. 53. A whole turn, a half a turn. Level 16s are online. This keep is under siege. This camp's getting a ton of value as well. Red does get the turn in, so we're going to see Web Weavers going in the other direction. And this is essentially just damage control. You got to push them off of your keeps. You have to throw the swap. Oh, the root, though. A little bit of anti-synergy there. They have to get them off of their keeps, right? Try to get 16s and then try to take a fight to turn us around. This game isn't over yet. All the keeps are still up. They have a turn in here they're going to be able to do a little bit with. Oh, Sodium's kind of caught out here on an island. Let's see if Judo Chop can get to him. Trying to run him down. Not going to happen. Willow now pretty out of position. Takes a crap load of damage, honestly. So, mission accomplished there, right? You got him off your keeps. Got a little bit of breathing room on the map if you're flying solo. And most importantly, you're the same talent here now. So you can take a fight. And you're going to have to soon because, I mean, you can't boss here, right? I know what your thought is. But with Cindy in there and the Gargantuan, any AoE damage is going to favor the Roosters here. This is big. That's definitely not nothing. Able to take down that fort essentially for free and walk away from that. Really, really good there by flying solo. The Roosters are only about 7 away from the next turn, and that is definitely the direction that they're going to be heading. This camp is up in a minute here. This cruiser camp going to be taken now by flying solo. They're going to have to clear bottom, but I think the Roosters are just going to try to get a turn in here, and yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. You see Raynor peeling off to the top lane, able to get those last few spider butts, and then go forward from there. Okay, but Raynor's top. This is the fight you want. You're under your spell shield. Oh, but there's the Gargantuan. You see the Mosh come out? The Mosh comes out, but it is a little bit too late. You can root a Mosh target, but it doesn't matter. It's not going to stop the Mosh from happening. There's a swap onto Willow. I don't think Willow has the E. Now comes the blue Web Weavers. If flying solo gets wiped here, the game is just over. Great Ancestral again by Cranky onto Bad Monkey, who's running down the back line. There's the shield, and the ETC is the first to fall. There's a stun on to Secret Swift. The spiders are good. Tazdingo has to be popped. 1, 2 HP, 3 HP isn't enough. No, the Zebo going to take him out as well. Artanis taking down the Leo, and the last man standing is the Asmodan and his giant gross nipples. Trying to do his best to keep the forts, keep the keeps rather alive. And it doesn't matter how many nipple rings Asmodan has. I think his luck has run out. There is a swap onto the Asmodan. Is there a follow-up route before he gets back into the guard? No, it's not. But this, well, it's not over yet, man. If I've seen any games last forever, it's this. Willow, though, taking a lot of damage before the team could get there. Naz taking him down. Gargantuan's on the core. And down goes flying solo. The reverse sweep. Congratulations to the Raging Roosters. Well fought match there by both teams. We take a look at the numbers here. Almost completely identical healing numbers from both the Brightwing and Rhaegar. Wow, it was 11-0. It didn't feel like it was that lopsided, honestly. But my goodness, 11-0. MVP, amazing nips from Asmodan. Yeah. Trina just wasn't able to stack that quest. Hey, thanks for the sub, Jazz. I appreciate that. Or Jays, not Jazz. There's a Jazzy and there's a Jays. Thank you, Jays. Cranky, the only one to pick a level 20. Well done to him, achieving something else no one else could. Let's see here. Let's see if Cranky wants to come talk to me. Which I doubt. Cranky's kind of a jerk. Kidding. Send in your best few men's. If you want. Lobby 1 NGS. That is a lot of CC to overcome. And it's like a protect the Rainer comp. And Rainer just runs them down. Like 44,000, even with an Exterminator build. Really pumping out a ton of damage. Let's see if they send someone. Both games, Asmodan, white numbers across the board. But that's kind of the flaw of Asmodan. While they come out with really big numbers, the ability to, like, their ultimates, Asmodan's ultimates are kind of lackluster. And if there's any sort of like AoE healing like a Rhaegar has, then it's just too good. Who's that?
It's me, Blue. How you doing?
I'm doing good, buddy. How are you?
Oh man, I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Those were tough matches, and I feel good as anyone does after dropping the first one and winning the next two.
Yeah, it feels you lose the first game and it feels like all is lost moment. And then to come back and do the reverse sweep is awesome. Welcome, Sodium.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. Good. So, do you guys want to talk about that first game, or you just want to like gloss over it, or what happened there?
I'm not sure what happened. I think we got caught up defending bot for a long time. Like we try to reclaim the bottom tower for such a long time that we just lost a lot of experience, and I feel like that's where we lost the game.
Yeah,
our rotations were great.
Mage too. Is that kind of the plan going through the draft, or is that something that just kind of happened?
So I think the Tassadar was like auto attacking, right? I think he was auto attacking that game.
I mean,
he was, but he's not as good as like a Rainer or a Tychus or a Vala, right? But I felt really comfortable with his wave clear. I felt comfortable with his auto attack, so that's what I went with, and that was probably not the best choice either.
Yeah, early game, you guys seem to come out really strong. You're able to layer the CC really well. Diablo was getting the stuns. You put a wall behind, you get a kill. That was working out really well, but then the Zul'jin got scaled, and Flying Soul was doing a really good job to that mid-game layering their CC, and they just got so far ahead it was near impossible to catch up.
Yeah, they did a great job on that first game, and they kept us pinned back too, so like we couldn't even come out from under the towers to reclaim the towers that we lost. So hats off to them for that first one, for rotating and playing really well.
Yeah, it was almost hilarious how pushed up they were, because they were basically taking core damage for like 2 minutes, I felt like, and I was like, how are they not dead yet? The Hoggers behind there, the ETC's flying in, and they just
that's Hours of Doom for you, man, right?
Yeah.
Like you could be winning 1 second and then you're just getting swept. So
absolutely the ultimate comeback map, and that's why when it was down to 1, I was like, oh, maybe.
Yep.
But ultimately, you guys go down 1-0. We go to Infernal Shrines, which is a map that historically you guys have done pretty well on. And you seemed very comfortable. That Deathwing pick was something special. Was that planned? Was that like, oh, this is going to work really well into more CC than I've ever seen in my life?
No, it was actually planned, and they picked Greymane, which Greymane is like kind of one of the soft counters to Deathwing.
Right.
So I was a little concerned, but and I believe they had a Tassadar. So a Tassadar could put up a wall, and if Greymane catches you, I mean, you're as good as dead. So that was definitely a little tricky, but Deathwing's CC and his AoE damage is really helpful in that map. I really like him on that map.
Yeah, I think it was the absolute perfect pick, and the value that you got, especially
that
fight. I mean, you burned
definitely.
3 people down in that last fight. It was just over, and I
Before the fight started, right?
Oh, yeah. And I clipped too, and when you watch back the cast, essentially Sonya and Brightwing were just staring behind their keep wall, staring at each other, not moving.
Wow.
And it was just like they were processing what the
Like
hell
a shock.
happened. Yeah. So that was really the determining fight there. I think you guys macroed much better on that map than you did in the first.
Oh, absolutely.
And you were able to come away with a win. And then Flying Solo takes first pick, and you say, okay, take your first pick. We're going to go to Spiders. And, the main tank Blaze ended up being quite brilliant that last game, too, by the way.
Yeah, we were actually...
Yeah,
we were actually planning on picking Johanna, but they picked that as their first pick. So Blaze was kind of our backup, and it worked out. Yeah.
And then we went to game 3. You pick up Nazebo. Did you guys have Nazebo?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys had the Nazebo. You briefly had a 4-man Artanis until it almost seemed like someone was like, "Hey, that's not working. Come up here." Threw Raynor in the bottom lane against the Leo, and the Leo just could not do anything, unfortunately. Like, that's just how Leos work.
Yeah.
They're not ranged, right? So
Yeah.
just kind of ran them down and bottom, so that worked out really well. It was really a flawless game. It felt closer than it really was. Flying Solo got a couple of turn-ins, but at the end of the day, 11-0 speaks to the quality of the healing and just the disengages. The entire game from back to front was really strong.
I think we felt really confident coming off the second match. We felt much better about it. We were energized by it, and we went with what works for us. Like I that first match I went Tassadar, and I'm not normally a DPS player.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going back to my Wooby now. So and everyone kind of went in a direction everyone was comfortable with, and the rotations were really good. I think we defended the turn-in as well as we could. And we called shots better on that last match too. Like we would identify who had the gems and try to target that opponent. And if we couldn't find them, then we would roll out and find targets of opportunity. But overall, I think confidence in that last match should have shown through and been apparent.
Yeah, absolutely it did. And yeah, like you said, you were identifying the targets that had all the gems, minus the one time you let the cow walk next to you behind your enemy lines, take up 53 gems, and then scurry away.
Oh man, I gotta see that.
Yeah.
Oh no, I missed that completely.
It was really bad.
Wow.
But
good play, ETC.
I mean, you got the Asmodan who did have like 23, but the ETC was it was hilarious. I was like, oh my god, no way is he gonna get away with it. Oh yeah, he's walking away. Okay.
Wow.
But go back and watch it. It was funny, but it did hurt you guys. Ultimately, you guys did really a great job in that second game. So congratulations to you and yours.
Thank you.
Do you have any other words or comments or shout outs to do before we wrap this up?
Shout out to Flying Solo. Thank you for the games. Good luck going forward in the season. I heard something about you coming over from another league, so welcome to this one. Happy to have you here. Shout out to the team, man. Everybody came together and we had great games. And shout out to you and NGS, man. Thanks for building this community that we all get to enjoy our favorite game in.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you. Good luck on the rest of your season. This won't be the first or last time we talk.
Thanks, Blue.
Thank you.
Later, guys. All right, and that's going to be it for me. Yeah, I don't know why my volume is so low tonight. I got to figure something out. It typically isn't this low, and I don't know what it is, and I'm like literally screaming into my mic tonight, which I don't usually try to do because when my wife is home, she yells at me. So anyway, I'm out for the night. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting everybody. Thank you to Jays for the sub as well, and to Cranky and everybody else that come out. Raging Roosters, congratulations on a 2-1 victory over Flying Solo. We're going to be seeing these two teams again and again here in this series, or rather on this channel. A couple of my favorite teams to watch. So thank you for the follow, Trin, and I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Until next time, we'll see you in the Nexus.